Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is day 16 of the July Leetcode Daily Challenge. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord and everything. Let's get started. Power of x to the n. Okay. So is n, n is an integer. Okay. So I think this is a pretty standard problem. The thing to note is that even though n is an integer, it is, the ranges could be huge. So definitely think about, making sure you handle that correctly. Yeah, and I think you just have to handle a lot of edge cases. But the idea is that you can't do a for loop, because if you do a for loop, it'll be too slow. So you use the recurrence that x to the n is equal to x to the n over 2 times x to the n over 2. And of course, you have to handle the cases where if n is odd, then you have to handle that in an extra way, and also the negative number. So there's a couple of edge cases, but I think mathematically, most people should have the basis for doing this. And given this divide and conquer E formula, it's just trying to be careful. And let's see if I could be careful enough on this stream. And yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know if you run into any of these issues. We'll see. So okay, first of all, if n is less than 0. Then we return 1 over my power. And also, of course, in a lot of your languages, even in Python, there's a power function and stuff like that. And obviously we could have just returned the library function, but use this as an opportunity to learn and practice, right? Because otherwise you're not really learning anything if you're just doing that. But yeah, but okay, so those are the two n cases. And then now if n mod 2 is equal to 1, then we want to, let's say, just figure out variable names. X2 is equal to my power of x times x n over 2. I guess we need this anyway. And there are a couple of ways to actually do this, but I do it this way. I think you could also do I know people also do like n-1 for odd numbers, and that makes it easier. But maybe I'll try that, because I think historically I don't do that. But so x times this and n-1, and then now it has to be even, because, well, we've tried all the possibilities. So then now we just do my power x times x n over 2. And I think that's mostly it. Let's give it a twirl. A swirl. My power. Oh, I have to use self.my power because this is Python. That looks good. That feels good. We have to do a couple more. I guess 2 and -2. Big number and then 0 maybe. And then of course let's try one with really big number. Let's do 100, and then I don't know, 1 billion should be big enough, right? I don't know if this fits into the, yeah, okay, maybe it's a little bit too big, but let's just do, yeah, let's just submit then. Let's see if I miss any cases. Okay, cool. Got it on the first try. Yeah, I mean, I think the tricky part is always going to be just making sure you get all the edge cases. And from that, I mean, maybe I didn't talk about it explicitly, but I could have and should have now, which is that make sure that you look at the constraints to make sure that you got all the constraints correctly. In this case, there's negative numbers, which they tell you on the examples, but you have to go back to later. It takes a little bit more time. The n is equal to 0 case, and then after that it's just odd and even to get it more precise. But yeah, so what is the complexity of this algorithm? Well, given n is the input of the number representing the power, it's going to be O of log n time, because for each bit we're going to do at most two operations, one for -1 if it's 1, and then second for dividing by 2, and you only divide it by 2 log n times, log base 2 of n times, and you could say that that's linear in terms of the input size, because the input size again is 32 bits and you're doing about 32 operations. In terms of space, same thing, because for each recursion we do create recursive space. You can actually do the so the stack space will be linear, or log of n, but you can actually do this with a while loop, because all these are tail recursion, so you can definitely do that, and you could get all of one space that way. Practice that if you feel like this was too easy. And yeah, that's all I have with this problem. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.